Hi, this video is for making it specifically for someone named Gulls Hunter who wrote to me with a bunch of questions on my channel regarding my hooded Helios jacket made by Feathered Friends. So this is the jacket I'm wearing right now. And yeah, basically, I think there might have been a misunderstanding. I think you might have thought that I have the Volant jacket. I actually have the hooded Helios. They're very similar products. I actually spoke with the guys over at Feathered Friends this morning, and just to ask what exactly the difference is between these two. There is a $100 difference. The Volant is about $100 more expensive than the Helios. Basically what they told me is that the main difference is that the individual baffles that hold the down feathers, it's a little bit warmer the way that it's designed on the Volant than it is on the Helios. And basically what the difference is they call that the style of stitching on the Volant baffled, and they call the type of stitching on the Helios closed stitch. And basically what the difference means is they told me to picture the difference between a shoebox versus a pillow. You know how like at the seams, the edges of the pillow, they're like pinched, they're, you know, single seam, whereas a shoebox, you know, it's a little bit more three-dimensional. So basically what that means is they have the same amount of fill and everything in them, but the main difference is that because of the shape of the baffles on the Volant, it's able to puff up a little bit more. It's a little bit more three-dimensional, so there aren't any like closed spots between the individual baffles, basically. Okay, so that's one main difference. So a bunch of questions that you wrote for me. I'll try to answer them all for you as best as I can here. You asked if I tried the Rab Resolutions jacket. I have not, so I can't really tell you anything about it. And then you asked what jacket would I recommend for 10 degrees Fahrenheit to 15 degrees Fahrenheit for a person who runs cold, who is typically on the cold side, and that it's going to be for walking outside. I think that you would be very happy with one of these hooded Helios jackets or with one of those Volant jackets, both made by Feathered Friends. Another question you asked me is how long have I had this? I've had this jacket now since 2007, so it's just turned 2017. So I've had this jacket for 10 years, and I'm still using it, and I use it all the time. It's an awesome jacket. It definitely has gotten a few cold spots over, the years, like the back of the neck. I don't know, there's certain spots where it just seems like there ain't any more feathers anymore, but whatever, it still works really well. And you also mentioned that this is going to be your first down jacket. It's going to be a game changer for you. I remember when I finally switched to using down jackets, oh my gosh, I never knew what it meant to feel warm in freezing weather. You're going to love it. Okay, so back to your questions. He asked what size I am. You say that you're 6 feet tall and 155 pounds. So I am 5'8" and 145. And so in terms of sizing, I wear a size medium. You're wondering between a size large and a size extra large. I couldn't really say. I would probably think the large, but it really depends on also how long your arms are. My arms, like this fits me perfectly, basically, and I don't have particularly long arms, but if you happen to have, gigantic arms, then maybe it would be, I don't know, maybe it would be a little bit different. But in general, like, it's a pretty well form-fitting. You asked if it makes you look pregnant or whatever. I mean, it's a down jacket, so it's definitely poofy. The only part that I think it looks a little bit funny is the hood. It's kind of tall. But I think on the newer models, they might have redesigned it. At least it looks a little bit different in the pictures on their website. So maybe whatever. But anyway, in general, I think it looks fine. I think it looks cool. Like the hood looks a little, poofy, but it'll keep you warm, and that's the main thing. Okay, so let's see. What else do you ask me here? Oh, you asked about adjustments. Where can I adjust the hood? Yes, you can definitely adjust the hood. It has one cinch, draw cord thing, elastic draw cord right here, and that'll pinch this thing right down so you can make it nice and tight and keep out all the cold air and get a nice good seal around your face with it. Very effective. Also you asked if there's if it has ways of adjusting the wrists and around the waist. It does not. I don't know if they've changed that on the newer models, but on the one that I have, it does not. But I really, in general, I think that it's nice when jackets do have those features. But on this particular jacket, I don't really think it's necessary. I know that they didn't add it in order to save the extra weight, but they have these like kind of elastic, you know, bands around the wrists and waist that definitely keep it snug, and again, it also keeps a pretty, you know, it definitely stretches out over time a little bit, but like it definitely keeps the warmth in. It does a very effective job of doing that, both around the waist and both around the, as well as around the wrist. So you're not losing heat wearing this jacket for the most part. And then you asked about interior chest pocket. Yes, it does have an interior chest pocket. Right here on the left side, and it's big enough actually. You know, it slides right there. I can get my fingers all the way to my armpit there. It's big enough to put your iPhone or whatever smartphone you got in there. Not that I would recommend putting your smartphone with the Wi-Fi up against your heart like that, but just so you have a reference for size. And then durability. You asked if you can like run through trees and stuff with it and not worry about it getting torn on a branch. So something to note is that the material. So first of all, I would start by saying no, I would not recommend you know, rubbing up against trees and branches with it. But I also want to put in a little caveat, and that is that the material that my jacket is made of, because I bought it way back when, it was only offered in 2 different materials, and neither of them are the materials that they use now for it. So this one is made in a material called Epic, and it was also offered in another material, which was a waterproof material called Event at the time. Now they have now they make them out of a different material called Pertex, which is supposed to be also water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant, and also very ultralight. I have seen one of these Feathered Friends jackets made of that Pertex material, and it feels pretty close to this, which leads me to feel like you probably don't want to run through branches and stuff wearing this jacket, or even the new one made out of the Pertex. What I do if it's super cold and I'm, you know, out hiking and I'm actually wearing this jacket and I am going to be going through an area that's, you know, that I need. But I need to be abrasive resistance against whatever the surface is, you know, whether it's branches or whether it's, you know, rocks or like boulders or whatever. So what I'll do in those kinds of instances is I'll wear this jacket, and then on top of this jacket, I'll wear my Event rain shell, just like a regular rain shell jacket. And that's a lot more abrasion resistant than this you know, than this Epic material on this down jacket. So anyway, I think those are all the questions that you asked me. I will send this link to you, and yeah, and for everybody who's getting some value out of this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and give me a little like, click, a thumbs up, and it helps other people find these videos. So if you feel like you're getting value out of this, please help other people get value out of this as well by subscribing. And also, I'll put a link to, if you guys are interested in hearing my regular review about this jacket in general, I'll put a link as well to that video so that you can just kind of get all the previous info that I said about it. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys.